So if we look at it and say, what are some of the things that we're going to do? Because again, to cause your home to sell, we got to have maximum exposure. We have to get it exposed to the marketplace. We tell nobody it's for sale. You could price it at 0. It's not selling. So how do we do that? First is pricing. You must pick a price, okay, that will cause your house to sell based on the homes for sale and the ones that have recently sold. Nothing to do with what we want, everything to do with what the market will pay, okay? So that's number one. You look at this, I said to you that what happens, your showings are going to dramatically go up in the first 30 days, then you can see they drop off. So understanding the, pitfalls of overpricing. So pricing is a big issue. The second thing, what we've got to figure out how to do once we establish the pricing, we've got to get your home exposed to as many buyers as we possibly can. Not a few buyers, as many, right? Because the more people we expose it to, the more showings we get, the more competition, and the more money we get for your house. So how do we do that? We know right now, obviously, a lot of people are starting their searches on the internet. Ralph, you said you've been looking for homes how? Yeah. On the internet.
Online, yeah.
Okay?
Definitely.
So just so you know, we're going to have you set up in about 12 different sites. We're going to use our local MLS board that's going to give you a lot of exposure. So it doesn't matter who they're working with, an agent, your home is going to be exposed to those people. But also, I'm going to get you up on many different sites that I have, that I've created. Okay, so we're going to expose it literally to thousands and thousands of thousands of people. Here's what I can say. If somebody is looking for a home in your area, in your price range, they're going to see it on the internet. I will make sure it's out there. Okay. You look at this, also what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that, we get it all set up and we make it look really good, okay? So, when it comes up, it's going to be mobile friendly as an example, okay? So right now, if you look at real estate, only 18% of real estate websites are mobile friendly. And guess what? What do you think people are using today to do a lot of their searches? Especially this younger millennial generation, who, by the way, are over 30% of our buyers. So it's a really big deal, right? Professional staging. Now this home is beautiful. We don't have to do a lot of work here, okay? You've done a beautiful job in the house. However, this is an interesting story. This was a home that was listed with another company for 6 months and never sold. We listed it and we staged it. You can see the difference. And we staged the house.
Is that the same house?
Same house. It's the same room, that picture, right? Same room. And we listed it, same price. And we sold it in 3 weeks. So it wasn't the price, it was two things, condition and exposure. We got it exposed to more people, better condition, somebody bought the house. The other thing, once we get it all staged, what are we going to do? We're going to make sure we send in a photographer and we're going to take professional pictures of this home. Do you know right now, the fastest growing social network site is what? Instagram. What is Instagram based around?
Photos.
Pictures. We need great pictures, right? They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. And you've probably seen some pretty scary pictures of houses, especially in the newspaper, Ralph. You're looking at the newspaper, okay? Social media. This is a big play today. We got to get you up at all of the social media sites. So again, this is something we're interested in. We want to make sure, again, that if we're there, let's put it everywhere, right? And another great thing to do, real estate agents, do a quick search on them and find out, and are they involved in social media? What does their website look like? How active are they out there in the world? Proactive prospecting. Just, I've got somebody in my staff that whenever we list a home, we're going to talk to like 500 people right in your neighborhood. We're going to try to find buyers for your house. They might not want to buy it, but they quite often know people that want to move into their area, okay? So we actually do the old thing. We get on the telephone, right? The old days, this was a great thing. Now everybody's into social media. They're not using the phone anymore. I'm saying, hey, the phone still works. We're going to put together some really cool visuals for you. Sorry, I'm going backwards here. There we go. Visuals for you. We're also going to set you up in a virtual tour so people can go online. They're going to see your house, okay, in terms of video. And of course, when the offer does come in, you're going to have a skilled negotiator. Remember, I was showing you we're negotiating 2% higher. And then communication. This is a big one. I want to know how you want me to communicate with you. Because I don't want this to be one of those things that's happening and you're saying, hey, what's going on? It was nice of Rich to list our house. We haven't heard from him in 4.5 years. Like, none of that. I'm going to ask you, how do you want me to communicate? By phone? Do you want me to stop by in person? Do you want me to send you an email? How often? But I'd like to talk to you at least once a week. Okay? And I'll have somebody from my office will call back every day after showings and give you feedback on exactly what's going on. You'll be a complete part of the process. okay? So there's going to be no mystery here. You'll be very comfortable in knowing what's happening all the time. And then the last one, which I think is really important, I offer a 100% guarantee. And the reason I do this is because if I take on a listing, I believe I can sell it. And if you're not happy with what I'm doing, there's nothing else I can do because I know my result. It works. So the challenge here is that if you're not happy and you want to cancel the listing and go with somebody else, just give me 7 days notice and I'm good with all of that. Okay? So I guess the big question is, based on everything I've presented to you here, do you want to go ahead and get started?
Welcome back. Okay, you've watched sort of the meat of the presentation now about how to educate the prospect. Do you notice I sort of opened a bit of a gap? I created a bit of a problem, right? You got to share the problem first, and then you start to share the solution. But also, when you're watching that, remember, it's not always just what you say, but it's how you say it. You know, your tonality. Are you saying it with confidence? Is it believable what it is you're presenting to them? And of course, guess who's got to believe it first, right? Yes, you got to believe it first, and you got to believe you're the agent for the job.